Welcome to episode 7 of the Beancast. This is a monumental point in this podcast because we have our first guest, Peenut.
Welcome, Peenut.
Yeah, woo! It's. Hey, thank you. I'm glad to be here. This is probably the high point of my life, showing up on the Beancast.
That's sad, because if this is the high point of your life, then you're either real young, or you haven't done much.
Fucking throwing shade at our guests.
I brought some fun facts along with me. I did some
Did
studying.
you? Did you actually?
Did you guys know that the oldest cultivation of the common bean dated about 8,000 years ago? And it was found in Peru.
Wow. In Peru.
All of our listeners know this. Of course we know this. This is basic bean shit 101.
Basic level knowledge for any Beancast
of course,
listener.
Yeah.
Is going to know that information.
Yeah.
You want to know something about
That's
Peru?
That's all I know now.
They speak Espanol. How about that for a bean fact?
Well, is that true?
I don't think Peruvian is a language. I'm pretty sure they speak Spanish in Peru.
They speak Spanish in Peru.
That's pretty.
Right now, but they did have their own languages 8,000 years ago.
I wonder what they call beans.
In Spanish?
Fava. Fava bean.
Oh, fuck this cord. I keep fucking it up.
Oh, that also got me thinking, by the way. Does the name of the Beancast come from like beans are in a pod and it's a podcast? Or does it not go that
I'll
deep?
tell you where it comes from.
Really? Because Matt was real shy about that last episode.
I was shy at one point.
Where'd it come from, Matt?
So, the episode, the name comes from, what was it? It was a joke. It was either, I told Tom's friends at one point that, I don't even remember actually. I was making jokes about shoving beans into a pussy, I think it was. And then...
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And now all of Tom's friends just know me as Beans.
See, that's not why we know you as Beans. I didn't tell them that because that's horrific.
Oh.
That's Cronenberg level not cool.
So, way to out yourself
whatever.
there, I guess.
No, we know you as Beans because we were living together and you were working as a landscaper trying to set up a landscaping business by building a website. And you came up to me and said, Tom, I found such a cheap form of protein and carbs. Like you just buy beans, dried beans. And he has a sack of dried beans that he's all excited about because he just found the hack into cheap nutrition. So...
Like he just discovered the bean.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I Googled it in Safeway.
Now, the thing about dried beans is you have to boil them a long time to release all the toxins in them so that they're actually good for you to eat. So Matt, quote, believed that he had done that and then just ate a dinner plate covered in beans. And then shortly after, he had terrible cramps. He was buckled over complaining. And what the best thing about it was how crestfallen he was that his nutrition life hack wasn't going to work out.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that's what it was.
Honestly, that is a bummer when you think you've struck gold, you know.
But he didn't strike gold. He was excited that he struck beans.
I was genuinely really excited about this. I had no idea that beans were that.
He was like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, Tom was making fun of me the entire time.
Yeah. Who wants to eat just plates of beans? What are you doing on your phone?
This is Spanish. Beans in Spanish.
Frijoles.
Frijoles.
I'm not even going to try that one.
Frijoles?
Frijoles.
Free coitus?
Sign, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, they're wild in Spanish.
Yeah.
So maybe they do put beans in their pussy.
That was also another thing. It was talking about nasty fetishes and shit. That was with another friend.
Okay, well, I'm glad that I got that history lesson on the Beancast.
Yeah. Now
really
you know.
Appreciate that. Now I'm all caught up. I know everything.
Now
I need to know.
every listener
Basically
we
it, to
have.
be honest.
So the first episode we talked pretty much exclusively about beans. The second episode we lost. We did talk about beans.
We
but
did
lost
try.
it.
We kept trying, but we kept laughing so hard because there was nothing else to talk about. You can only talk so much about beans.
I commit to saying it was a good podcast, but it's lost.
It's lost. We fucked up.
Huh. It's lost, or
I'm pretty sure I sent it to Tom.
I'm pretty sure Matt didn't send it to me.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a Matt issue.
It probably is. Let's be honest. But I'm sure I sent it to you.
Matt was spent the morning trying to generate AI artwork of bean things, and he got real fucked up. I told him to try to generate images of a woman giving birth to beans, or to a bean, and it was just mutant babies. Just mutant babies, like encapsulated in like a mother's body. It was not comfortable to look at.
It turns out
Zika babies.
AI doesn't understand beans at all.
You know, that's fair. Well, I think it understands beans. It might not understand the process of birthing beans out of a human vagina.
It actually struggles with beans in general.
Yeah, I think it believed the bean
That's
would be a
interesting.
pod for the baby. One of them is just a bodiless baby, and this woman's lifting this baby's head off of a table.
Oh.
Finally, bean.
Oh,
It's not saving the preview, but you should still be able to paste it. We're working with crazy technology. We can send images across the internet now.
you can't even do that. I'm trying to
How do you
send
do
it
that?
to you.
Is that
but
real?
It's not even. Maybe I'll just do it on my phone. There you go.
Oh God, that is certain. It's got like a little club foot too coming off its chin.
Just a little baby, a little head baby.
Jesus,
That might be our
Christ.
new logo for the Beancast. We're trying to.
You can tell it really struggled with the one on the bottom right. It's just an empty square there.
Yeah, it's their AI kind of struggles a bit with this. It doesn't really understand. This is what we've been talking about on the podcast: is that bean culture is underrepresented in mainstream culture. I guess
Actually, this one's really cool. The one with the
woman body,
the baby,
swaddling.
and but the body is like the bean pod. You know,
we also did one where
that's interesting.
let's see if we can just share this whole thing.
The AI really struggles with like human body parts overall.
I just love it.
The beans might
AI's
not be the issue. It might be this
approximately
weird.
3 hands per image of humans, so we'll put 3 hands in there. It's just super
Yeah,
smart.
and like 11 fingers per hand.
AI art is all over the place. How do y'all feel about it? I feel just groovy because it lets me see perverted scenes that I've never seen before. Like Matt is an Asian.
Like this weird baby and mother bean pod. I think realistically though, AI art, I think it depends how you use it.
Okay.
I think that you could, like, if you're taking something and like making something for yourself from it, I think it's different than just like stealing somebody's art.
Have you experimented with that at all?
Just like a little bit. There's like Midjourney is cool, and then I was also in the DALL-E.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was in that. What's it called? Like
DALL-E. It's just DALL-E.
the trial thing where you had to like sign up early and get early access or whatever.
You could still get like 50 images right now, I think.
Matt just sent
Yeah.
Peenut an image of a baby in a bowl with a massive penis.
I think that's actually a third leg.
That might have been against OpenAI's terms of
I
service.
think it's a little
but
confused. No, I downloaded Stable Diffusion and like made my own.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
Otherwise, you can't do this kind of stuff. I went
Yeah,
full
weird.
out.
Yeah, Matt wants high value art.
Weird how you can't just ask OpenAI to make you a bean being birthed out of a woman's vagina.
Yeah, it somehow has a.
Well, that's a good one. The AI did good on this
That's a regular
one.
photo I took.
Yeah, that's a photo of me.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
sort of able
Matt
to do
tried
do
to make
that
me
one.
Asian, and it made me a very
Oh.
old Asian man.
Yeah.
AI
That,
art for changing your race is terrific.
It actually changed the banana a
It
little
did.
bit too.
And if you notice, you can't see the other ones, but it changed like the pictures in the background on like the paper.
Oh, it did. It went from a maple leaf to a little temple of sorts.
Yeah. This is what I did all morning. On my Sunday morning. It's
Okay, this is what you do with your time.
yeah.
Is Asianify your friends.
Listen, we don't want to be rude to our guests, but you're spending time on the Beancast, which means
That's true. I am
your
associated now,
evaluation of
unfortunately.
of the worth of your time must be rock bottom because we have 0 supporters on Patreon.
Not yet. Yet. We
Do you have
Yes,
a page?
we have a
do.
Patreon.
we do.
Hey, everybody!
We start somewhere, right?
Make sure you go. Yeah. What do you get from the Patreon?
So you can donate $1 a month, and that is to pretend to be our
Okay.
friends. You can donate $5 a month, and that gets you access to a Discord server that we will make when somebody purchases that, and then you can talk to us whenever you want.
I don't know why you'd want to, but
I think that's a really good deal.
What was that last one?
so we're gonna make a Discord server that you can just talk to us whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Oh, okay. That was.
Yeah,
the
and I
whole-
just
okay.
don't know why people would want to talk to us, but for $4,
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, if they got
Yeah.
pressing questions,
I mean, the only reason I'm talking to you now is like a pity
yeah,
thing, you know?
yeah, that's exactly what I expect a lot of it
hurt.
to be.
Yeah, it's like these guys need
We're
this.
just looking for pity money on the Patreon. That's basically it.
I'll come on their cute little show. I'll show them my support.
Oh, God. It hurts so bad.
Yeah,
So I don't see the Patreon linked anywhere on your little YouTube
Yeah,
page here.
I haven't set up that link yet. I haven't set up anything pointing to it. I kind of did a lot of web stuff all at the same time. But fear not.
Okay.
Next episode that gets posted, we'll put links to our Patreon and all the people that are clicking on the podcast.
can sign up if they really want to.
Yeah. All those people clicking.
I
in,
also
yeah.
haven't seen the Patreon, so you're not alone on that.
Great. That's good. The two people that run
Yeah.
the show.
Well,
Only one of them
Listen,
knows.
one of them has all the gear and sets up all the websites and makes the music.
whoa! Who made a custom website for us?
What fucking custom
Where's the
website?
website?
What
Oh, wait, is that-
website?
Is that the one that
Oh,
was on
that's
your
right.
GitHub and it says like I stole most of this?
Matt stole some shit off GitHub, just forked off some bullshit.
That's what you do.
Hey, guess who bought the?
That is pretty much what you do.
Guess
Yeah.
who bought
Right?
the URL out of pocket? The guy who made the music, the guy with all the gear.
He's standing on his fucking soapbox today, eh?
It's all I have.
I did hear at the end of the We Are Depressed one that I listened to, there's like a little jingle at the end. Is that what you're talking about? with the
Yeah,
music?
that was some well-produced, high-quality, top-notch music.
Tom's been making his own music lately, so
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're actually you do that too, don't you?
Yeah, I do like live looping
Yeah.
and stuff.
You
On my little
have you been
keyboard.
making anything lately?
Is it like on software? Do you have like a Boss loop pedal? What are you doing?
No, so I have like a Roland Juno DS, and so that has like a built-in sequencer.
Right.
So you can do up to 8 tracks
Oh.
That's sick.
at a
Oh.
time. And it's nice. It automatically quantizes everything. You don't have to worry
So
about
what
that.
all are you putting in there? Like live instruments, guitar, drums, synths?
No, he's
I just do everything that's right on, like built into the synth
Okay.
itself. So it'll be different sounds on there. But it's like it's got thousands of sounds. So
cool. I
Yeah,
totally
it's,
understood everything you just said there.
Matt plays instruments like a fucking child. I like pull up a sound on a synth and I'm like, Matt, check this out. This is so rad. And Matt just starts hammering on the keys to make annoying sounds like a drunk monkey.
hey, he's contributing.
I know my style.
Like
I like
he can
it.
play
I have
that
fun.
and Funky Town. He can play Funky Town on a keyboard pretty shakily. So
He sees all the keys, and his little monkey brain has neurons that
Yeah.
fire, and he goes, "I must press keys."
That's exactly it.
And he comes over and he starts bashing them.
Yeah, and I've accepted myself for it. I know I'm that way, I know I'm not going to change.
We recorded a whole album, and he was so embarrassed of it that he took it off of SoundCloud.
Yeah, because I want to get jobs in the
Is
I
that
want to get
true?
jobs in the future, and we had our names on it.
You want to get jobs in the future? If you listen to your podcast,
We're not putting our name in the podcast on purpose.
Yeah, only first names allowed. And you shall be referred to as Peenut.
Yeah, we're not putting your name in either. We'll dub it out if you say anything.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's notoriously
So every time you reference my name, it's just bleeped out.
Matt's notoriously racist on the podcast.
I'm not racist. I'm honest. It's just my opinions.
Well,
This is Matt's
okay, hold on
opinion
now.
about Chinese people. It's okay. We explored it quite fully in an episode.
It wasn't racist. It wasn't racist. It was factual. It was educational. It was
Factual.
I assume you pulled up with like
thickness of
statistics
skulls
and
and
stuff.
size of brains and stuff.
it was a okay.
God.
Okay.
Despite making up 13%.
It was about Asian tourists, Chinese tourists specifically, shitting around other countries in wrong places. That's not racist. It's facts.
I'm
It
just,
is.
I'm just withholding judgment. I don't know what this
It is. Google it. Google it. Chinese
I unfortunately don't know enough about this topic. to
Chinese
comment.
people. I don't even need to get into this again, but I will defend myself. Chinese people
no
from
one's
the
getting
mainland.
into it again but you, Matt. We already had this discussion.
I hope this discussion becomes like a regular.
the recurring topic.
I
Right
think-
now it is.
Yeah,
'Cause
every
I just
time you're like,
put a
I don't want
soft
to get into
reference
this,
to
but
it, and Matt's ready to dive in.
It's
the Chinese need to be stopped.
This is one of the things that affects Matt's life so greatly. His he can't
Somehow.
hold his opinions back.
look. It's been on 3 episodes. It doesn't need to be on
Three?
anymore.
I thought it was only on 2.
I think 3.
We talked about ourselves.
The fact that you don't know how many it is concerning.
It is actually.
I'm
How many racist rants
Whoa,
you've
whoa,
gone on.
whoa! Not racist. Factual.
No, just
Matt's just looking at the
Strong opinions.
facts.
Yeah, a little biased, but not not racist.
listen. Like you said, I'm young. I'm untraveled. I'm on the
Yeah.
Beancast. I don't know enough about the world to have an opinion.
How
on
untraveled
that,
are you?
I haven't left Canada since grade 8.
Jesus.
Do you have plans?
You got to go somewhere, man.
Yeah.
I am going to Punta Cana in April, actually, or no, in
Punta
May.
Cana in
So
Mexico?
that'll be fun. My first.
Where's
excuse
Punta
me?
Cana?
Punta Cana in Dominican
The
Republic.
Republic? Sick. I don't know shit. I'm sorry. My geography's real bad.
And guess what they got there? They got Monkey Land.
Oh,
We're going to Monkey Land, hanging out with the
you
monkeys,
can go
baby.
see our cousins.
Our distant
Not
relatives.
so distant, depending on which one of us you're talking to.
Ouch.
That was more of a self.
Yeah, that was.
No, I think it was about Matt.
I think it's
but-
pretty sick that you're finally going to travel. You need to get your ass to every continent and really check it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we were deciding between if we want to go south this year or Europe.
Is that
And,
a friend's trip, like a guy's trip, a girlfriend trip, or
Yeah, it's a-
family?
Yeah, it's a trip for the boys.
Ooh, those are the,
Right.
those are the fucking best trips.
Yeah, we're hoping it's all inclusive. They got alcohol dispensers
Oh,
in the
you're
room.
gonna get fucked.
So this is one of those
Yeah,
trips.
and
I guess we can excuse
we
it.
got the 2 heaviest drinkers in the same room together, so that's gonna be sweet.
Are you one of them or no?
I sure am.
Yeah, I've seen you drink. Peanut just gets, if he drinks, he just gets happier and happier. And like, there's a point where it just plateaus and he could keep drinking and it doesn't seem like he's getting drunker. He is, but
Yeah.
he just doesn't
Yeah.
look like it. And he's just happy.
That sounds terrific. Are
Yeah.
you drinking right now?
No, I'm not drinking right now. I do work tomorrow, so I try not to drink on
That's
work
fair.
nights.
Yeah. Wow.
Shit.
Yeah, that's
Very
like my
mature
rule.
of you.
But I'll drink like a 750 of like whiskey in a weekend.
Jesus.
So yeah, Canada put out that thing that's like, hey, you guys can only have 2 drinks a week now, and that was
So,
soul
yeah,
crushing.
what?
But
Canada doesn't know shit.
do you not
No.
hear about that?
Tom doesn't.
They changed like the health guidelines.
yeah,
so
yeah.
It used to be like 15 drinks a week or something. It's like considered normal, now it's 2.
Yeah, but that doesn't change anything. Is that changing policy in any way?
No, it's like the health recommendation.
So that means your doctor will frown at you if you have more than 2 drinks a week.
You know what?
They might, because they're trying to say it's like the carcinogens or something in alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's to like prevent cancer.
Yeah, like if you have 1 drink a week, it increases your amount, like your capacity for a different kind of cancer by a huge amount.
And you're terrified of colon cancer specifically.
What?
Yeah, we've discussed this on the
Matt,
podcast.
don't worry, we'll get it. I'll get out there.
Specific phobia.
I'll test your prostate
Please
for
do.
you.
I don't trust doctors. I trust you though, Peenut.
Does Peenut have long, skinny fingers?
I'll put my little glove on.
That's
He
what you
does.
want. Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have fun down there. That should be good.
Me too. Yeah, I'm very excited
You're
for
gonna have a
Monkey
sick
Land.
time. At some point in your life, you'll also have to travel to like experience places and not just get mad shit faced with the bros. But that'll come in time.
Yeah, well,
That'll come in time.
I did actually. I just got my passport
Ooh.
like a
Fucking
few months ago.
rights.
So I went to Detroit, but I don't really count that because
Why
it's like
did you go to Detroit?
you just
Well, Detroit counts. I know it's right.
But
does it.
He lives near Detroit.
No offense to all the listeners we have
all
in
the
Detroit,
American cities.
We
Why
have-
did you
we
hit
have no
Detroit
listeners.
first? Do you like sadness?
but well, so I was in Windsor because my brother lives in
Oh,
Windsor,
sick.
and so
So-
yeah, we went across to this like Brazilian steakhouse place,
Yeah.
Ooh.
which was as somebody with social anxiety, that was a terrible experience.
Really?
Please walk us through that. Please tell us everything.
All right, so I don't know if you've ever been to a place like this, but they basically just run around and like hand
Yeah.
you meat. Like they'll come around with like meat on sticks, and they're like, "Would you want some of this meat?" And so that's already terrifying. First of all, we're in a foreign country, in the U.S., bro. Everybody has
Yeah.
guns. We get there, and I'm sitting down, and I'm already like a picky eater too. So I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna like the food here. And my brother's like, the first thing he says is, "By the way, there's rules." And I'm like, "What?" And so then this guy walks up, and he's like, "Hey guys, welcome to this steakhouse. Is it any of your like first time? Like, have you guys been here?" And they're like, "Oh, it's his first time." And this guy was like, "Oh boy, here we go." And so he starts breaking down like, "All right, this is like the puck that you have. You flip this upside down if you want like more food or whatever, or if you don't. And then if people like if you have it set that you don't want more food, people will leave you alone. And if you do, you flip it over and they'll ask you. And then these are the tools that you use for this meat, and here's what you do for this meat. And for this meat, you're gonna want to grab it like this. Don't grab it like this or else." And oh man, so I'm sitting with my back to the kitchen, and people are like walking up beside me, asking if I want meat, and I'm getting like jump scared every time.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, like I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't want to
A violin
disturb
is
their
like
practices.
shriek, and a guy shows up right next to him, and he's like, "Would you like to take the meat correctly?"
Yeah, and I go to like reach for it, and he like slaps my hand. And he's like, "No, you got to use those tongs."
You were just reaching with your hand. It's like you want some meat, and you
No, I'm
just
kidding,
put
but-
your hand right on the skewer.
Yeah, just bite it and like pull it off.
Wow.
That's terrific.
Yeah, some of them they like cut onto your plate. Some of them they like lower onto your plate. Some of them you got to use the
Yeah.
tongs. They don't tell you either. They're like, you better just know.
That's been my experience too. We have one here where we live, and they just do that. And
I've never experienced anxiety about it. I just like hold my tongs and then see if they drop it on my plate, and if they don't, then I like grab it off the meat. It's like, it's
Well,
just terrific how
Yeah.
awful your experience was. Sorry, I'm just enjoying this immensely.
Well, they come up and it's like, man, I don't even know what kind of meat this is. Like, God, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. What if I take it and then I don't eat it? They're gonna be so
now,
mad.
do they
at
have
me.
any exotic meats there? Like
They have like
Like-
hearts and
Ah.
shit.
alligator, livers, hearts,
No, there was nothing fun like that.
ostrich, owl.
They had this one. Apparently they do this pineapple thing. That
They
I
all
don't
do
even know what
grilled
it is.
pineapple,
If it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so okay, it was probably that. And my brother was like hyping it up the whole time. He's like, "Man, I can't wait for this pineapple. This is gonna be the like best night ever when we get this pineapple." And at the end of the night, we hadn't got the pineapple yet, and our server came over and he was like, "Hey guys, how was everything? Is everything like, was your meal good and stuff?" My brother's like, "Yeah, it was all awesome, but when do you guys bring out that pineapple?" And he's like, "Oh, we don't do it on like Saturdays or whatever day it was."
What?
No pineapple Saturdays.
Guys, it's our busiest night. We're not bringing up the pineapple.
Man, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your brother.
Because the pineapple is so
Yeah, it's a big letdown.
good.
It-
It's just fucking hot pineapple. That's all it is.
Wow, sometimes they caramelize sugar on the
Well, I
outside.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It just works. Yeah, I feel bad. I
Huh.
feel bad. I get you though.
Yeah, I really missed out.
First time I went, I was doing things all weird. People were like, I was trying to pick up pieces of meat and doing shit, and I was like asking them, I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Yeah, but you're autistic.
Yeah.
So, like, of course
mate,
you
you're on the
struggle
spectrum, so that's
figuring
understandable.
out the very basic social norms of if they gesture to you to use your tongs, then you use your tongs. You just, like...
Man, and some people too, I'd have like my things like flipped to say no, like I don't want more meat. And they'd still come over and be like, more meat, sir? It's no, man, please just go away.
No, the safety bubble, the one thing to, like, protect you from social interaction wasn't even
I know.
working.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been invited to go back, and I have not.
Was that the highlight of Detroit that your brother had to show you? Was the Triskeria?
Yeah, he was going on about how awesome it was,
Yeah.
and he was like, "This is the best thing that Detroit probably has to offer."
Now, did you guys go
Is a panic attack.
and meet sweats?
Yeah.
Now, did you guys go and check out all the abandoned homes and shit?
You don't really have to go check them out. They're kind
They're
of just everywhere.
eh? I've never been to Detroit, so
I
It-
just judge it.
Oh no. I went back a few weeks ago. I went to like a Jim Jeffries show in Windsor that my brother
Yeah.
got us for Christmas, and then while we were there, before the show, we went over to Detroit again, just to go like shopping and to get dinner and stuff. And yeah, on the way to the mall that we went to, it was like it's like these are some very sketchy streets. It seems like, but I don't know if it's just that like it's a nice area, but the houses are like abandoned. You never know. But yeah, we did not go back to that steakhouse though. I couldn't handle it.
I mean, if you go back now, you'll be fine. Because you know.
Yeah, it's not. I'll face the kitchen this time so they can't sneak up on me.
Yeah, you got to sit in a corner and like no. You know, you got to have all vision. You got to see them coming.
Like a fucking cornered animal.
Yeah, and if they're coming at you and you're like you don't want that meat, you just show that block at them, you know? Make eye contact.
Yeah, I hold up and I
Yeah.
point and make it very clear.
Yeah.
No meat.
And if they still come, then you just spit at them. He's like, Psh, no meat.
Yeah,
That
that
could
will
work,
lead to
actually.
an awkward situation that will give you anxiety.
No, you'll feel in
no,
control.
of course. When I assault these employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere that I'm going and people are trying to just shove their meat in my face, it's usually not a good time.
Tell us what other experiences you've had where people are shoving their meat in your face.
Well, there was this time at summer camp. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I was
we don't
just
need to get
telling
into
Matt
that.
about the YMCA in downtown Calgary, how it's basically the steam room in it. By the change room, there's a steam room, and it's basically a hookup spot for like very depraved gay men. And if you want
Oh,
to get
that's
meat
lovely.
just fucking shoved in your face, like it is obscene. They're just naked men walking around staring at you.
Tom had a bad experience.
It was not comfortable. A guy followed me out of the YMCA and started following me down the street, and I was like, no, you cannot follow me home.
That's a little bit scarier than my meat story,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the guy was just naked walking
Maybe
around
slightly.
the lockers, and he just kept making extended eye contact with whoever would look at him, and then he fucking followed me for a while.
Tom can be confused as a somewhat feminine guy at times. He's not
Okay.
the
I can see that from the way he's eating this banana.
he's not like an overly masculine man. Let's put it that way.
I'm not arguing.
And yeah, gay men love that. They love it. They're like, ooh, damn. He is very easy to push over the line.
Like, are we
So you say that.
to push over the line? I can change him.
No, at least maybe like 1 in 1,000 gay men could push me over the line, but like not these fucking dirty bottom feeders at the YMCA.
No, but I think it's okay. First of all, I think it's higher than 1 in 1,000. I think
No.
maybe 1 in 100.
It's like, no, because in my life there's been like 3 guys that I've had a crush on
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
And I've met thousands of men.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up because
See what I'm talking about,
It
Peenut?
might
See
be-
what I'm talking about? Yeah.
yeah, I do see what you're talking
I'm
about.
sorry, is this an issue?
No, but
No, it's not an
Most-
issue.
Sorry.
I'm glad that you're comfortable with your
most
sexuality.
men don't find themselves in situations they have crushes on other men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, most straight
Yeah.
men.
So that's why I'm saying combine that with like a little bit of feminine energy or somewhere in the middle of that.
I don't
and-
know
and
where
gay-
you're coming at with feminine energy. Like I'm
You're a
not.
you're a sensitive
my
guy.
Hips aren't swaying while I walk.
You got your dump truck of an ass just flopping with every step.
Thank you. I have gained weight recently, and I am insecure about it.
He does have a dump truck now.
Well, then I'm. Then that sucks. But I don't retract my statements.
Yeah. So Peenut, tell us what's going on in your life.
Yeah, any cute guys?
No cute guys, unfortunately. So I am open, Thomas, but no, I've basically just been working. I got a job soon after we graduated there
yeah?
at Matt. So mostly just been working. I got into working out now
Ooh.
too.
Oh shit.
So I'm getting big, not just a skinny little
Wow.
guy. Yeah, well, I got to get ready for Punta Cana,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah, you do.
And other than that, yeah, I just started taking piano lessons.
Fucking
So
rights, bro.
Cool.
yeah, and then just recently got into climbing as well.
Yeah, you're
Everyone
fucking-
gets into climbing at some point. It's a good one. It's a good hit.
Yeah, you're gonna love that for about 2.5 years.
Yeah. That's pretty much my
Perfect.
climbing phase. So I went hard for like a couple years, and now I'm like fat and old.
It's either 2.5 years or it's 15 years. There's
there's no
no
in
in
between.
between.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I either give up after 6 months or in 30 years. I'm telling them I'm getting my kids
Yeah.
to do it.
You know those people at the gym with their fucking toddlers. I hate their fucking toddlers.
Yeah,
They
I do
can
see that
climb
actually, like,
better
a
than I
lot.
can now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a dad and son duo that show up, and I don't know if like they're like divorced and this is like their time together.
Oh.
That's just what you assume when you
like-
see a father and a son enjoying an activity together. Is you're
Oh.
like, oh man, a kid having quality time with
that's
his
what we were all
dad
trying to
must be
figure out.
divorced.
We were like, man, maybe like they're divorced, and this is like the time that the kid gets to spend with the dad, so they have this to bond over, you know,
Oh.
and so they
You know,
go
they
together.
could be.
But maybe they could be the mom's dead. There's also
Ooh.
that, or she just doesn't like climbing.
Jesus,
But that's
It's
like
just
more
getting
boring.
darker and darker. Maybe they just do a hobby together.
Dads don't do that with their kids.
You're right. They just drink and get disappointed
yeah.
in their kids.
They just drink and hit.
Yeah,
Tell us
cause
about-
trauma.
Tell us about your relationship with your father, Peenut.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Did you
I
not
love
have
my
any
dad.
activities that you could bond over because your mom was still in the picture?
Yeah, she ruined.
Did you
everything.
help your dad fix things?
f-
Like, did you hold the flash?
I mean, I'd help him like change tires and I did a lot of holding the flashlight and getting
yeah,
yelled at,
that
but
is okay. So you had a good relationship with your
Yeah,
dad. That
prime
is like the
dad
key
activities.
mark
Yeah.
there.
I had the
Yeah.
usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going fishing.
But
you
you
know, the
longed
classic.
desperately for him to take you climbing.
You had a better relationship with your dad than I did. Let's put it that way.
Oh well, that's.
I can
lovely.
already tell.
Did you not get yelled at holding a
I
flashlight?
got yelled at too much. Okay.
Okay, just no
Matt was a
flashlight.
fucking piece of shit kid, though. Matt was a bastard.
So it's his fault, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I can
To
admit
some
to that.
extent.
I can admit that.
To some extent. I'm not saying that Matt might have been less of a bastard if he had a more present and emotionally available father.
Yeah.
But
Who knows? Who knows? Anyways,
What a lovely topic
for
for
the Beancast.
the guest appearance on the Beancast.
What do you,
listen,
The Beancast goes crazy.
let me
places.
ask you this. What is your first impression so far of the Beancast? Is this what you expected it
That's-
to be?
this is based on the first, like not the first. I guess it was technically the second episode that I listened to. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought was where we were gonna be.
Yeah.
In an ocean of parental rejection.
Yeah, and divorced dads just trying to hang out with
To be
their
fair,
son.
Matt and I have experienced
Sunday.
an atypical amount of therapeutic treatment in our lives.
Well, that's
That was actually pretty sweet.
that's good. You're getting help, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I personally was in rehab for 8.5 months.
So how many times a week do you masturbate, Peanut?
What a segue. I don't know. Not as much as I used to. I don't think it's maybe. I'll say three.
It's pretty
This is
good.
a man
Yeah.
who's working out.
Yeah, he's working out.
Yeah.
He's playing piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Climbing.
No, you'll notice I didn't mention any women.
I did, and I knew last time we talked, he
Yeah.
had a girlfriend, so I was trying to avoid that topic.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh shit! Hit us. What happened, man?
No. It could be sensitive. It could be.
Is it?
No, it's not really. So I moved to Alberta for schooling, so we were kind of already growing apart a little bit that way. And then now when I came back, COVID was a thing, so we kind of grew apart more that way. And then we just decided to split
Well.
up.
How are you feeling about it, man?
Yeah. I mean, I feel fine. We're still friends, so
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
We don't need to get it. We don't
Yeah,
need to
good
get
times.
into this. This is.
Matt's so worried of offending and scaring Peenut away.
I'm not worried about scaring him away. I'm just saying.
he should know it's pretty hard
Yes.
to scare me away.
If it were real raw right now, then we could have a real raw talk. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but we don't want to force him onto the podcast and then force him to have a raw talk. He has to initiate it.
But this is an opportunity to have a raw talk completely anonymously.
If you want to, we can, but you don't have to.
Doesn't sound like he has to.
It doesn't sound like he
he's
wants
doing
to.
all right.
It doesn't. I think. I don't know. I don't think there's anything to raw talk
Yeah,
about.
this man
you know?
gets scared at the Brazilian steakhouse. He's
So-
not like broke up about his girlfriend. He's got bigger things to worry about.
He's got meat in his face
Yeah,
constantly.
figure. Everybody just throwing their meat in my face, trying to get me to put it in my mouth and down my throat.
Jesus.
So yeah, how many times a week do you guys masturbate then?
I'm down to like once a day approximately, which is like way down from where I used to be, which is good. I've made
Okay.
progress.
When you said down to one, I was not expecting a day.
Yeah. It used to be
Yeah,
rough.
the way he said it.
It used to be fucking rough.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm trying to go 0 a week, but I do cheat here and there.
Matt is in an early in a relationship, so Matt's got a lot of sex going
Ooh.
on, which definitely
Okay,
changes the numbers.
It does.
Yeah,
It
well,
does,
that's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, whereas I am in a long-term relationship
Yeah.
and I'm not having much sex.
Okay.
There should be a graph. You know how there's like a hot crazy scale graph out there for women?
Yeah.
There should be like a length of relationship, masturbating, and sex graph. And it's kind of the same. It's like a cross.
I'm sure
you
that's
know?
out there.
There probably definitely is
Yeah?
one already.
Probably fucking university studies all about it.
We're going to have to put that on the website.
Yeah, you'll have to throw up a graphic on screen.
That'll just be the thumbnail for this episode.
Well, you can't ditch the regular bean drawing there. I don't know who did that, by the way. That's very
Thank
artistic.
you. That was mine. Matt initially told me that it looked like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like a,
There's a
like
little-
Well, I'm not going
like
to
a
comment
big
on that.
juicy butt
thought.
with like a little asshole at the bottom.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Well,
Now, I can't say you're wrong
Yeah.
per se.
I'm a fan of
Is that supposed to be like a shine?
It's
of
supposed to
the
be a
bean?
kidney bean.
something like that. Some sort of bean always has like a little thing on it. I don't know.
No, kidney beans, pinto beans. Like, you're on the Beancast. You need to know this.
I'm a fan of both interpretations, okay? I'm happy if our podcast is an asshole. With the photo is an
The-
asshole.
It's-
I mean, really, kind of
It is.
almost
It's run by two assholes, so it's suiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who are now taking advantage of the sympathy that our friends give us to get them on the show.
Taking sympathy of this child that Matt knew in college.
Yeah, you're not quite a child. Don't say that on the podcast. You're an adult.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows that's listening, I'm 13 years old.
No, he is not.
Listen
he is
to
legal
that
age to
husky
talk about
voice.
masturbating.
Yes.
I'm 21 now. I can finally drink in the States.
Nice. You can get drunk at the Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
See how that feels.
Exactly. Although I don't know that mixing alcohol with the panic attack is
Well,
a good
I thought you were
idea.
going to talk about with meat in your mouth, but
That too. I think I've said meat in my mouth enough
we should have a
times.
counter. We should go back and count.
It's true. It's true. That's a Freudian
Yeah, every time there's a
discovery.
reference to meat in my face or my
Yeah.
mouth, the count
Yeah.
goes up.
Matt,
Yeah.
why is it that you're doing the Beancast? I have my own personal answer to that. I am doing it to pass the time of my life until the sweet release of death. Like I don't expect it to go anywhere. I don't expect people to listen. I'll like put some shit online and do some things to promote it at some point. But I'm like realistically, this is just a diversion from like the laborious existence that I have to like suffer through.
You're a fucking ray of sunshine, aren't you?
So what are you here for?
It's fun. Something to do.
It is fun.
What-
I'll give you that.
It's something to do.
I just wanted to hit that because we've explored Peanut's reasons for being on there, being that he's just trying to be a nice friend.
Yeah, it's pity.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a Make-A-Wish thing that I'm on here for.
Just making my dream. Before I die, I want to be on a podcast. They're like, okay, Timmy,
I want to be on the
we're going
Beancast
to get you on the
specifically.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Nope.
Joe Rogan's like, hey, man, do you do DMT? And Timmy's like, I want to be a school bus.
Jamie, bring us a
Bring some
DMT.
DMT. We're going to blow this kid's mind.
Get the bath salts while you're at it.
Yeah, put a kid, he just drugs the kid on DMT and then puts him in an isolation chamber. Those float tanks.
All of a sudden now
And
it's
Rogan's
it's
like,
Fear
think about
Factor.
elk.
That's fucking great. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, man.
Like even a skit of that animation, I would love to see that.
Have you guys thought about this? Is like totally off topic, but
We love that.
Have you thought about like if like let's say 1500 years in the future or something, the kids are doing like history projects on like media in the past, and so what would you think if a kid came across your podcast and they did like a whole
I
project
hope
on
they
it?
do. I hope someone actually listens to this once.
Yeah, that's kind of like my whole thing. Like I have a YouTube channel going right now that has like under 2,000 views. And it is like
I thought you were gonna say subscribe.
no, I have 24. And like that's really the
substantial.
feeling. It's like I've gotten a couple comments on videos and one weird guy emailed me. And it's like, well,
Hey,
was
that's
that as
something.
it wasn't particularly fulfilling, but it was just like a little like a wet fart.
He's got his he even showed off his body. Like he's got himself playing.
Oh, is that why the guy emailed you? Is about your feminine features?
No,
That's when you were
well-
skinny. He was playing saxophone in his underwear.
but that's not the video the guy emailed about.
Okay, so you had like the
Yeah, a
twink
little
thing
bit.
going.
He's
Listen.
definitely not a bear. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of body hair. I have 2 chest hairs. I've
That's all
always
you
had
need, that's
2
enough.
chest hairs. I don't know why.
Well,
You don't just shave him and go for the clean chest.
I mean,
No, he's
not
gotta keep
super
'em.
visible.
I never actually noticed that. You don't have any chest hair.
Yeah, and I got what?
Do you have any nipple hairs? Why is
yeah,
that? Do
I
you
got,
get
like rings of hairs around my nipples?
Peanut? Do you have chest hair?
Yeah, I have some chest hair. I got chest. Yeah, I got.
I can even hear the audio difference of you're looking down.
I got a lot of nipple hair too.
Why do we
that's for
get
sure.
nipple hair? Why is that a thing? Why does there so much hair around the nipple? Like-
Nipples are like soft and
Oh,
vulnerable.
do girls get nipple hair too?
No. What? Sorry, you guys. What? Girls don't get nipple hair, and
Oh, okay. So they got like milk ducks. We got the hair. I think one of us got shafted
Yeah.
in this deal.
Not that I want milk ducks either.
Yeah, I'm pretty not into having to clean up after extra bodily fluids.
But I mean, you get fresh milk for your cereal, though.
Don't tell Tom. He'll get triggered. Tom and cereal, it's a complicated relationship.
Okay, so I gained
How do you have
40 pounds in like 3 months eating Raisin Bran. I would just eat
Oh my
like
God.
6 bowls of Raisin Bran a day on top of regular meals as like dessert.
Man, I wonder how that happened then. Weird how you gained so much weight from that.
Yeah, that's why he's got his dumper now.
You got the
Yeah.
Raisin Bran
Was it
dumpy.
worth it? I say no.
No, now you have to actually
No,
watch
dog.
what you eat.
Yeah.
You've fucked up your metabolism
everything.
forever.
Yeah, so if you like laid off the Raisin Bran and it's
No,
just,
now-
I've plateaued now.
The weight
Yeah.
stayed?
Plateaued. Yeah, it's not like going away. So either have to diet or something to get it to go away again, but not recommended.
yeah, so big
Yeah,
mistake.
Yeah,
It sounds
this
like.
is what you have to look forward to. Your metabolism slows down.
Yeah,
Your
but he
body
doesn't have
breaks
to look
down.
forward to like depressive emotional eating.
No, he's climbing. He's in that
Fine, it's the
highlight
prime of
climbing
his
point of
life.
his
Yeah,
life
yeah.
where he's enjoying the shit out of it.
Yeah, but there's no reason that
Yeah,
he's
where it's
going
still,
to
like,
like
fun, it's
fall
new
as
and
hard as
exciting.
we've fallen.
What? I haven't fallen.
You're not what you used to be. You've gained some little pounds on you, and you haven't been working out much.
Last time I saw Matt, he was like huge. He was jacked.
Matt's
Thanks,
always a little
Peenut.
bit more jacked
So-
than the average man. He's got some testosterone in his body. That's one thing that I'm like going to the doctor about to see if I need to get like exogenous
See,
testosterone.
this is just supporting.
From the sounds of
Yeah,
it, you
this
might.
is supporting my feminine argument.
From what Matt tells
Not
me.
not because
Yeah.
I'm like attracted to a guy like once every 5 years, but because I'm just tired all the time.
Doctor, I think I might be gay. Can I get some testosterone pills?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah. Peanut, I got a question for you. Is there
Shoot.
is there anything we can do for you? Any life advice or questions that you need
From these
answered?
two old sad
Yeah,
men.
like is there anything we can do for you? Because you've come on this podcast as a pity call, and we appreciate that because we
Yeah.
needed one.
Yeah.
Is there something we
Right.
can do for you?
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to take advice from the guys that made the bean cast.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, rebuttal.
Hopefully, you've learned
See,
things
in a way,
not
we've
to
been giving
do.
advice. Yeah, exactly. The whole episode long, because I've just like.
Well, I know to look out for the Chinese now
Chinese
when after they've had a
Chinese
full meal.
tourists from mainland. No,
Yeah, I know not to eat like 6 bowls of Raisin Bran a day.
yeah. You know that your climbing is only going to last like another 2 years.
Unless you just become a
Yeah,
guy
I know
who
it's just a
like
phase.
becomes part of
Might
your
as well
like
quit now.
character, who like chooses to internalize climbing to become their primary personality trait.
But no, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's going to be nice. For the next 2 years,
It's
you're
gonna
going
be
to
real
love it.
nice.
Oh, fun climbing story. Not mine, but so my brother was climbing at in his friend's garage. I guess his friend has like a wall in his garage. And they heard some like they thought they heard like fireworks going off, and they're like, "Oh, that's weird. I don't know why people are sending off fireworks right now." And so they just kept going. And then their friend's daughter came in, and they're like, "Hey, is like I don't remember his name, but like is my dad in here?" And they were like, "Oh no, he's inside right now." And they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, the neighbor's house is on fire." So they went outside, and I guess the fireworks that they were hearing were propane tanks in their garage exploding.
Jesus.
And there's like 30 or 40
oh
of
my
them. Yeah.
god! Wait, he had 30 or 40 propane tanks in his garage.
Yeah, he's the local drug dealer, I guess.
Wow.
So I
What-
don't know that he makes them, but if he does, it was possibly a bad batch or something.
What do you use propane for? And is just like for burners when you're making drugs, or like is the
I
perhaps
wish I
as
could
a
tell
solvent? But you don't want to use like
Why do you wish you could tell
you don't want
us?
to use.
Do you want to
fuel
know the
butane
process?
as a solvent?
you. I do want to know the facts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you asked them?
Because they heard like 30 to 40 explosions. That sounds like it would be a lot, you know?
Yeah.
That dealer fucked up.
So anyway,
That's
yeah,
terrific.
fun little story about
Yeah,
climbing related.
that's something.
Detroit
Have you gone to
sounds
that?
Awesome.
Yeah, they're friends.
Have you gone to that address? Have you gone and checked it out?
No, it's in Windsor, so it's like a
Oh,
little far to go for me. But he sent like a video.
oh, that's cool. Anyways, oh, okay.
Fucking right. This is the point in the episode where we'd answer listener questions, but you're the only fucking listener we have had.
Yeah, and honestly, if you answered my question, I asked where the name came from.
Yeah,
God.
it came from Matt's
You guys were
preferred
on that.
history.
Yeah.
Right, there's the video there.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah, I've got ready to go.
god damn it. Fucking computer.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, that is.
Yeah, it was really on
Holy-
fire.
Damn.
God.
Yeah, everything that guy has is gone.
Yeah.
So
All the drugs.
yeah, his car's done apparently. House gone.
So, that's
What's
fucked.
your favorite drug?
Jesus.
Probably alcohol, if that counts.
Okay, I guess that works.
Um,
Very socially
Yeah, that's
acceptable,
right.
makes you happy. Why experiment? You know, you've got a good one going. You have a healthy relationship to
Yeah, I
it.
got all I need right there.
so I got a fire story actually. Before we end this off, I used to do a lot of drugs, and then I didn't do drugs, and then I went back and saw my friends that did do drugs still, and they lived in this crack house, shitty place. Like it was like a basement. It was like terrible. It wasn't supposed to be a living conditional. Like I don't know. They like had a fucking like
Crack house.
they
just a
had
place to do
yeah
drugs,
they had
basically.
a tunnel. It was legitimately like a hallway between two sides of the houses that they didn't dig out a full basement. They just had two different things, and they had like a hallway tunnel between. It was fucked. It was fucked. Anyways, I went there, saw them, was like, you guys are kind of fucked up. Week later, came back, they burnt down the house, and they were still living there. Because the basement,
Just living in
yeah,
the
the
ruins.
basement was somewhat okay, but like the
Yeah.
top quarter of the house was all burnt down. And like the siding was black, and there's melted
Yeah.
plastic everywhere, and like,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
that was fucked
It
up.
brings like a whole new meaning.
They're like, this is
go
fine.
with the flow to the max.
They didn't even.
We can still
Yeah,
do
they
drugs
didn't
here.
even mention it to me. That's the fucked up part. It's like I showed up and I was like, "Hey guys," and I was like, "What the fuck happened to the house?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That happened last week." And I was like,
I forgot about that. I forgot about my house burning down.
"Like how?" Yeah, drug addicts, man, they're fucked.
Yeah, I don't really do a lot of drugs, so that's why I didn't really have an answer.
Yeah, good. Don't do them. They lead to
There-
prostitution.
there's more advice
Yeah, they lead.
from the bean
You,
cast.
you start.
Did you just say they lead to
Yeah,
prostitution?
they lead to like gay prostitution and selling yourself on weird websites and
Is that? Are you speaking from
That
experience?
sounds like you're speaking from experience.
nope, not me. No,
Of course.
no, I'd never do something like that. But
Turning tricks
yeah,
for
actually,
cheeseburgers.
you know Randy,
Man's gotta
Randy on fucking Trailer Park Boys. That's where you turn into.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Man's got to
man's
eat.
gotta
Julie.
eat. You know,
I mean, I was like extremely addicted to marijuana, and that was because it cured my social anxiety. So it was like a major solution. So I just like used it all the time.
Oh,
And then it
okay,
became
okay.
habitual, and then I started hearing voices while I was on it, and it was concerning.
Tom.
So you're saying for my social anxiety, I should do copious amounts
Till-
of
If
marijuana?
you
Till-
want your life to be like mine, yeah.
You should until you develop psychosis, and then
No.
you don't no longer have to worry about social anxiety. It's cured.
No, because then you're anxious about the people outside burning your house down.
No,
who
then
aren't
you're
there.
seeing people everywhere.
No, you're walking down the street and you just hear people's voices, and they're always talking about you.
Exactly.
It's like
So you don't have
social
time-
anxiety hell.
No, you don't have time to worry about social anxiety in the real world.
Because you're worrying
'Cause
about
you're in
fictional
another
social
reality.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Problem
Matt.
solved.
I'm the one who had this experience, and I'm telling you, it was horrific.
Anyways, that was the bean cast.
Matt's done. Matt's calling it. Matt has had enough.
That's where
He's
Matt is
drawn
like.
the line.
he's drawn the
Matt's
line.
like, fuck this. I want to go home.
All right, thanks
Yeah,
for coming,
that was
everybody. We're
great.
done.
See, Matt is actually actively aspiring to more in his life, to become more and do more and achieve things, and I've sort of given up. So to some extent, Matt hanging
Yeah,
out
you
with
sort
me
of-
at all is kind of like a pity exercise in like pity.
You're just getting a double pity right now. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's like what we did with Matt in college too. Why we started.
Because he was
hanging
just
out.
an old lonely man.
Yeah, I was like one of the
Yeah.
oldest guys in there.
Yeah.
And I would
Hey guys,
steal off of Peanut's last his test things and whatever else.
did Matt walk up to you at the table and say, "Hello, fellow kids. You have any regrets?"
Yeah, he had like his skateboard
He's
and
like,
his hat
I've
was
got a
backwards.
decade of regrets. Do you kids have any? And you're all like, no, we just got out of school.
We're all like, the
What
fuck
are
are
you
you talking
about? And Matt's like, well, I've got plenty.
Yep.
That's magical. Good job making friends, man. Good job.
Yeah.
That's an achievement.
It was more of a pity friendship. I think Peanut and the other friend were just, yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
really
We were like, oh, look at this
they
charity
didn't really
case.
like me, but they were like, this guy's just following me around.
Like,
you
did
know?
you what did you actually
Yeah.
think about Matt when you met him, though? I'm curious. Because
I thought he was really cool. We did like a orientation thing, and Matt held the door open for everybody. Like literally everybody, every single door, he held open for
yeah,
everybody.
Matt compulsively needs to like serve people around him to not be like seen as like useless or a freeloader. He'll
So
like come
it's-
over to your
I'm just trying
house
to be
and he'll
nice.
start doing your dishes, and you'll like try to help, and he'll be like, "Fucking let me do them."
You'll try to like kick him out, and he's like fighting
yeah,
you.
he's like very.
I have done that.
Yeah, he used to be real bad. He's improved, but
I actually developed autism in school, and I'm trying to get rid of it now. So it's going well.
That totally makes sense.
It's going well.
That explains
Yeah.
a lot.
Vaccines do not cause autism. Coding causes autism.
It does. It actually does.
That
Yeah.
hard agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked you too, Peanut, in school. I thought you were fun. I thought you were.
That's good. I'm glad you thought that because we hung out like every day.
I remember still like.
It'd be really shitty if you're like in the sucks.
Nah, I still remember fucking going to Denny's and stuff. That was good.
I know. I missed that. Oh my god. I think about that all the time. Like going to Denny's, getting the Oreo shake and the
Yeah.
Grand Slam.
It was
Aw,
so
man.
expensive. It was low quality, but it was always a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Every Wednesday, Denny's Day.
That's
Grand Slam Wednesday.
fucking beautiful. Do you have you don't have any Grand Slam friends where you live now?
No, there's well the only Denny's is like super far away. So it would be like a 40-minute
Should-
drive. This one was right on campus.
I've thought about this a few times. I thought about coming out east, just taking the car and going.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
To take the car?
I mean, it depends where you're going and what you want to do.
Matt,
I
you
guess.
have like a real proper paying job now. You can just fly. You don't have to spend like
Especially
4 days driving.
True. True.
like Toronto kind of sucks if that's what you're thinking.
I know that.
But if you're thinking like East Coast, like Nova Scotia and stuff, that's all
Yeah,
pretty sick.
I had a friend. We just had a friend move to New Brunswick. I'm kind of jealous. Not of New Brunswick,
the
but
crabs
like
they get to
moving, going out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just take the
Okay,
time and do
well,
it.
if I-
Freezing winter.
If I go over there, you better have that passport ready. I hope you renewed it for 10 years because we're going to go somewhere.
I did. I mean, if you want to drive all the way, it's like 36 hours to get to me.
I'll take a lot of Adderall.
That's all right. That is that's a moderate
And
amount
like
of
18 of
Adderall.
those hours is just Ontario.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll just fly.
Yeah, it sucks. I drove when I moved to
Why don't you
to,
like meet in
Alberta.
Quebec?
What? Why would you meet in Quebec? That's further east. How bad is your...
Quebec would be way closer.
Where do you?
It's like
He's
9
in
hours for me to
Ontario
get to
by
Quebec, I think,
Toronto.
or something, or 6.
Yeah, and
maybe
Quebec is to
6.
the west of it, so you could meet in the middle.
Quebec is east of Ontario.
Help me out, Peanut. I'm
And
confused.
north. You might be. I don't know if you know where
How do you,
Quebec is.
You live in Canada. How do you not know?
Quebec sits right on top of Ontario.
This is us here in Alberta,
Yeah,
Saskatchewan,
I thought it hits
Manitoba,
Manitoba.
Ontario, Quebec, and then all the Maritimes.
You gotta be shitting me.
Are you serious right now?
Did
I thought it went Manitoba, Quebec, Ontario.
what?
How old are you, Tom? You live in this country.
I'm gonna call back to earlier in
Have
the
you never looked at a
episode
map?
where I said that I'm bad at geography.
but there's being bad at it, and there's like not knowing. Like
Matt,
that's
this-
American level bad.
Yeah, if anything, this speaks to like how often I look at the eastern side of Canada. It's like alien to me.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you don't need to see it, it's
That's
like
true.
who cares?
I mean, but you've flown over it. We've gone to Europe. We've gone to
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you're
like
gonna fly over and be like, "There's Quebec."
No, you look down and say, "Hey, French fuckers," and
It's not like you look down, it's a real map where it has the names like scorched onto the land.
We should do that. We should start a petition to map the world.
Excuse me.
yeah, we just what they do with like cornfields. We'll just do that with forests.
Oh, that could work actually. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Well, I guess you can't really do that like forest style in like Saskatchewan, but
You'd have to plant one first.
yeah, you just have to like burn the crops or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. I'm calling it. That's it. We're done.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
How are you, Peanut? Are you gonna
Alright,
have yourself a
well-
good evening?
No.
I've certain.
Peanut, you get the final words because you're our first guest.
I get the final words. Oh man. Well, I appreciate getting the opportunity to come on the Beancast. It's been a great experience. Make sure all the 3 people listening go and subscribe to the Patreon, I guess,
Yes.
and check out their stolen fucking bootleg website.
Woo! All right. Thank you for coming on, Peanut. We appreciate you being our first guest.
Yeah, thanks for
Probably
having
our only guest. And yeah, that's it.
me. Cool.